Oh, good morning, and welcome to the last 8 minutes of the second final of the day so far, the GT8 A final here in Giardini Naxos. Hopefully we have solved the minor issue there was, and we can get on with a fun day here in Sicily of finals. As you can see, we are deep into this final, currently with the top three bumping up. However, adding to the excitement, the timing's broken down. So that's from we have no timing from the club either now. So it's been an interesting morning for everyone, really, hasn't it? As you can see, the reason the timing's frozen is because the timing's frozen. There is no uploaded timing, which is how we get it. As far as they're concerned, everyone's finished the race after 14 laps, which was some time ago. But we're going to try and sort of timing out. So now, this is kind of like the blind leading the blind leading the blind, to be honest, because we don't know, and we haven't watched the start of the race, so we aren't aware of what's going on. And this is the problem with the information leaving the track. This is not anything to do with the interpretation we're dealing with. So that's rather strange, but mildly. It's going well this morning, isn't it, everybody? Well, this is the EFRA 1/8 GT and GT8 Euros. You are very welcome. Thank you for joining us. We'll get this all ironed out, don't worry. It's fine. Hey, these things are such a try, everybody. That's what live broadcasting is all about, reacting to things that have never happened before and just sitting and going, why is that happening? Why is that happening? Well, because life is the answer on that one. So, this final is getting towards the end. Hopefully, if you're listening, you can hear us clearly now. Those of you watching along with us on the live timing on my RCM will see that it's locked. So, they've had a problem. Quite recent one. I don't know whether the countdown is actually still working correctly, and there are 6 minutes to go. But they actually, yeah. So there is 6 minutes this final to go, but there were 3 minutes gone or so, 4 minutes gone when it stopped working. It's life, isn't it? What can you do? Hey ho. Hello everybody. Hope you're all right now. So we solved one problem, which was a weird issue for us on sound. We solved that, and now we've been given a new problem, which has nothing to do with us. It's the timing people. Well. It'd be great if it comes back, because at that point we'll actually know who's where. In the terms, you can avoid the driving stylings of Mr. Locascio. He is the man who is swinging a left and a right with the beard and the stick radio. So after this, we start the first round of the run of the finals in the GTE, 3 legs of the C, B and A electric finals. We come out and try again with the Nitro. But is it counting down? I think it is counting down a bit, but just not updating. I don't know, there are 4 minutes 50 to go, I've no idea. But anyway, we can have a fun chat together. It's always nice. How are you this morning?
No one has any timing.
There's no timing at the track either, so the track's lost its timing. I assume there's timing in the hut.
No.
So how are they timing this then?
They don't.
They're going to have to rerun this, aren't they? They're going to have to rerun this race, aren't they?
I'm not sure yet.
So timing has completely collapsed.
Trying to figure out what to do.
Right, timing has collapsed. So they've carried on running this race. It could be over half an hour now, for all I know. So it's obviously been a bit of a morning here in Sicily. I don't know if they're manually working out where someone is or what. People are driving along, but there's no indication of timing anywhere. It'll be really interesting to see where this one actually happens. I've got a race time of 3 minutes 40 to go, which seems quite a long time. It does seem like this final thing going on forever. That was mainly because we were trying to sort things out. there's a lot of announcements going on. And everyone is sitting looking elements of consternation. I think I'm not speaking out of turn when I say that there have been some issues all weekend with the timing. It's been staccato and delayed and not really doing what it's supposed to do, which has been quite annoying. But it has always worked. Anyway, should we enjoy the lovely weather and the fabulous views? This camera has a bit of a view. It's quite cloudy today. There's a couple of yesterday was full sun. Today there's a cloud cover. Temperature doesn't get really affected. The good news is it just drops the track temperature, which has had some people struggling with both tyre issues and also with. Hello, Matt.
This is fun, isn't it?
It's great. I'm just watching cars going round. I've no idea who's where. I assume that someone's got some timing, otherwise they should have stopped this race, but they're carrying on going.
Well, it's an interesting situation because they do have timing in the timing hut.
Right.
But none of the pit lanes have timing.
Right.
And all the officials are in the timing hut figuring out what to do, but the people in the pit lane aren't that happy because they're not sure about their pit stops and their positions and everything.
Right.
So I think there's going to be a conversation after this one.
Oh, great. It's going to be a team managers meeting, isn't there?
Bit of a conversation to be had. But obviously, first they need to solve the problem. So apologies about the sound. Apologies about the timing. Don't think they were related.
I can't believe they were. I don't believe us restarting our computer in a hut 30 metres away from the timing hut has affected the timing of the entire event. About a minute and 40 to go. I would like to point out that someone is in first, someone's second, and someone's third.
Yeah.
Someone's going home.
Oh dear.
It happens.
Okay, well I'll go and get the word on the street.
I like the word.
For the moment this race ends, what they propose to do. And we'll go from there.
Okie dokie. Here is the consternation in the pits. They're just getting on with it. Now, most of them have their own stopwatches, so that negates the requirement for seeing how much the race has actually elapsed. I kind of think this race has gone on for a very long time. What can you do? Anyway, how is everybody on in listener land today? Hello to Morlott. How are you doing? Hand counting. Good day, yeah. Hello to Mrs. Young. Good day, RCD. Another great day of Nitro GT fun. Well, it's not been that much fun so far. But it may well get to be fun. So if they fix the timing, I'd say next up is a round of electric finals, the first of 3 legs of the C, B and A finals, no bump ups. Then we have the quarterfinals of Nitro. Then we have the second round of electric finals, CB and A. Then we have the semi-finals for Nitro. Then we have a practice for the 4 drivers who qualified directly into the A final from qualifying. They run around on their own for a few minutes. Then we have the last chance final, where one more driver will make it into the main Nitro final. We have some lunch then, because we've overexcited ourselves. We come back after lunch with the final 3 legs, final leg 3 of the. Come back from lunch with leg 3 of the 3 finals within electric. That's quite so fast, or even slow. And then we have the main final, which is currently going for 3:15. But given the fact there's difficulties this morning, I wonder if it will actually go off. So they've all wandered off now. There is a result somewhere, I expect. Someone's been pushing an abacus to count the laps. And that is not the result on the right-hand side. Well, it might be, because that was after 14 laps. And they do 75. It's quite exciting because some people are going to have to. Actually, at the moment, it gets very confusing these races with the fuel stop. So probably if you were the leader, you'd know you were the leader. I wouldn't be certain the second and third and fourth and fifth guys are 100% certain where they've finished. As they might have to kind of guess. There's some pointing going on. There's some what the heck's going on. There's some the timing's all loused up again. What's going on? But we, on the other hand, are sitting here just looking at the exciting and serene scenery, whilst at the same time thinking, what are we going to do? As Damon Robson said, the top three bumping up from this is somebody. Well, actually, Damon, to be honest, it's not somebody. It's somebody else, and somebody else's friend, or Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C. But who knows? Apparently, timing in the timing hut, the timing is working. Timing cannot escape from the hut. The hut is like a prison for the timing, and it can't get out to the wide world. And you can't even get out to the TV screens scattered around the track. Now, interestingly, it all just restarted again. Why did the timing do that? It's weird. Now, I get the impression there might be a slight improvement to things here. Yeah, they've restarted the timing. That we actually did get some sort of update from the timing, whether it was automatic or what. The 188A, it's reset the times. Oh, got the final, got the result. We have a result for the final. It was Davide Stefanazzi who was first, Fabio Quadarello was second, and Christian Delgado was third. So it was Italy, Spain. Those are your three bump ups. And they're holding a break while they sort it out. But we have got results of the last final. Leonardo Locascio, the man with the stick radio, it doesn't bump up. He came fourth, and he missed out by 5 seconds. Then it was Marco Quadriccio, Alexandros Paroglu, Gilles de Wilder, Pasquale Monfalcone, and Manuel Silvestri. Marco Artiviglia didn't get the trip, he got 6 laps. So that is the actual result, which has now come through. They are having a break to try and, what's the word for it? Sort stuff out? That's the word for it. Is it a donut and coffee break, do you know? Well, Matt's not listening to me. Look at the cameras, that camera there, go, oh, there's some track there. Pit lane camera, track the camera. Wide GoPro. That's not quite the right position, is it? I'll tweak that in a minute. We'll be having a few issues. I will tweak that baby as well, make that better for everybody. It's a long day. We'll just wait really for the main event. Actually, one of the main events is coming up quite soon, of course, because the first leg of the Electric A final will be up in about 35 minutes. 40 minutes. So we are quite close to the first part of the awarding of a European Championship. Oh my, I've slept really bad, and the neck's really bad. Send love. Got bad crick neck. I'm not a great fan of these new bottle tops. We've got a lot of, you get through a lot of it water when they're quite top soaker. These new bottle caps which come out last year or so, which retain the cap, so the cap is permanently attached to the ring. Very irritating. Not a fan. Could be a while this break. Okay, we're hearing this could be a little bit of a longer break than 10 minutes. As they try and work out what's going on with the timing. The thing to remember, of course, is that the timing screens are not just for the timer keepers, they're also for us, of course, but they're used all around the pit lane for people to know where in the program we are, how close they are to their races coming up, and also in the pit lane it's actually used to help knowing where you're on the race and timing for your pit stop. Most people will time their pit stop individually on their own stopwatches. But not having timing is a major issue. Pete and our camera's got a really good view of the scenery. We are in the shadow of, literally in the shadow of Mount Etna here. Look behind the track. So if you look at where are we now? Yeah. So if you look at the straight there, so if you go to the left, if you look directly 90 degrees left from this shot, it's about a few miles away. It's 10 miles away, 15 miles away. Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano, and it's permanently just pumping out bits of steam and smoke. Hasn't threatened to erupt recently. Well, by that I mean this last week. So we're still okay. Yep, a little bit more. It certainly is a very nice track here. Be nice if some racing on it we could cover, but there we go. It's all got a little bit. Waiting for the stand walk. All cars are coming out. This is positive. I think it caught some of the people out there actually. There's cars coming out. There's Mrs. Pfeiffer. Good. Waff. So it looks like the electric final is being thought of happening. It's the electric C. 7 minutes, these are the electric finals. Obviously no refueling because they're battery powered. Oh, the world is a great place. I can find my sugar packet from yesterday. Well, I know we've got the time of day be right back message on, but I think we are likely to be getting going. So someone needs to take off that message. And we'll be getting ready with the C final of the Electric C final. So hopefully we're ready to go and everyone can hear me and everything's fantastic and I'm not sounding like a dead Dalek. Okay, so the first electric final looks like it's about to get underway. Gerd Pfeiffer on pole, Nick Zinderick is second, Frederick Miltzer is third, Ivan Sinko is fourth, Francesco Dominin is fifth, Felice Cananala is sixth, Tomaso Berghoff is in 8, Mario Martinic is in 9, and Severiano Aborigino is on 10. I thought there were 29 electric. Got 30 or something wrong. There are 30 apparently. There's some testing going on for timing, which had an absolute fit early. And here are the entries with their nationalities. Gerd from Switzerland, Nick from... where's Nick from Slovenia? Then we have Frenchmen, we have 3 Croatians, and our Swiss. It's a very international, heavy... Because a lot of people here are Italian, but it's a very, very heavy international bent on this first one. Bad news for people who like sugar. The ice cream van's leaving. Never a good thing to have the ice cream van leaving. Hello from Sweden, says Matthias Elmerthors. Hello, Matthias. How are you doing? So they will start now. The electric cars are going to line up in grid order. For those of you who have seen the IC files earlier, they're all set up from the side, of course, because they can't self-start. They have to be dropped down. This is our first chance to see the centralised starting position. Car 3, is car 3 not there? It's just arriving now. On the side there. That's the 3, the GTEs. Getting ready to go. Looks like everyone's quite excited about everything. Here we go. We're away. And Pfeiffer, in the RC Racing TV colours of orange and grey, takes the lead and immediately loses the lead. Now, one of the struggles for these cars is that the first couple of laps their tyres are cold and they need to be very careful and get them warmed up as quickly as possible to get some grip. No such problem for Nick Zinderick, who's taken the lead. I think it's Francesco Dominin who was in second. So this is a straight 7-minute race, and is this the 2 car that's leading? Sweeping round the timing bay there and into the run across the front of the roster before going through the switchback, and then the little kink. Look at this, moving well. So Zinderick, who actually did win a couple of his heats, and he's established an absolutely massive lead after 2 laps. Looks like everyone else has had that problem, as I said, about getting their tyres up to heat. No trouble for Zinderick, who's absolutely scorched away. 6-second lead he was scored last time round. Not sure it's any less now. Let's drop back and pick up the second car, Matt, which could be a bit of a wait by the looks. Look at that for a lead. It's remarkable after 3 laps. In second, looks like it's the 5 of... So Dominin, I think, must have... Francesco Dominin, the younger of the Dominin brothers, must have had a little issue. Because he has dropped back more than you'd expect, but he's then gone back into second place again. Unfortunately, Gerd Pfeiffer has already retired. That's disappointing. This is our RC Racing TV's Super Sporter. Okay. This is Dominin. Now he's 3 seconds ahead of Severiano Albahino. Can we get the number 10 card, do you think, in third? round. Let's see, there's a bigger gap now, isn't it? Is that the 10? Is that Abrahino? It is. So the interesting thing about that is obviously that Severiano is the last qualifier, so he must have an absolutely disastrous set of qualifications. But he's actually quite a lot quicker than some of the people in this heat. Having a bit of a battle there with, I think that was the 3 of Frederick Milzer. So yes, Milzer now's got the position into third map in the orange and white car. So it's Milzer who's just gone through. Let's see how far Milzer can get up the track. He's also looking to have a bit of pace. He's 7 seconds behind Dominic. Dominic's got within 2.5 now of Nick Zenderick. So he's making a bit of a battle of this one. 1.6. I think we're going to need to zip forward to our leader, car number 2, Matt, because there could be a battle royal emerging. So it's quite a lot further. But one of those 2 orange cars, it could be these 2 orange cars here, it could be the battle for the lead, actually. And I think it is. It is like, and that is the battle for the lead. The 2 versus the 5, Nick Zenderick and Francesco Dominin. It's the deep red and Dominin. Oh, he's got some pace there, hasn't he, Dominin? The tyres are warmed up. Zenderick is slightly off the track. Got the inside. Beautiful chance to get the inside for Dominin. And he's kind of blocked, and this is some great racing here. No touching. Dominin's got the pace. Can Zenderick hold him back? Dominin obviously had a while to wait for his tyres to come in, but the young man from Italy now absolutely all over Zenderick. Zenderick running a more traditional line. Oh, Dominic's made a mistake. Stay with second. Now Dominin, I'm pretty certain, will pretty quickly, after getting that too much power coming out of the corner, will pretty quickly run up to the back of Zenderick again. He's got greater ground speed, but Zenderick proving how a well-driven car is hard to overtake there. Just over halfway in this race, 3 minutes to go. Zenderick takes a bit too much curb. They've got a car to lap, which I think is third place. Miltz. Oh, he's gone right off the side there. And that into the lead goes Dominin. Just on top, he just went too far. Basically unsighted by Miltzer, really. So Dominin takes the lead. Now, if the young man, who also obviously has had a bit of a nightmare qualifying, because I'm really qualifying down where he has, so there's always a case in the C final, the lowest final, there's always a couple of people who've had a nightmare and should have been at least a final higher up. But things have conspired against them. Oh, that tank slap will conspire against them as well. Okay, so the young man needs to just dial it back a few percent. He's at 103%, needs to go back to 100, or perhaps 97. Car's looking absolutely beautiful on this Giardini Naxos track. I'd like to say thank you to our title sponsor, Senesi Motorsport, and our supporters, S-Works, Lens Bodies, Chevy Model, and X-Ray. And of course, thank you to EFRA. The only reason we're here is because of EFRA. And oh, Dominic trying to do the lappery. He should get help through the ref. He does now. He's done that one. So we've had a little bit of, we had a little bit of problem. There was a much bigger problem at the track at the time, and that's hopefully now been sorted. I don't know where the timetable's gone, but I do know that we've now got the CB and A leg 1s for the European Championship in GTE. Current reigning champion, of course, is Alessio Mazzeo. This is the C final, and Francesco Dominin is dominating it. Yeah, sorry about that. 5 seconds ahead nearly now. There's a lot of, obviously, with the bottom final, there's a big spread of talent, so there's quite a lot of overtaking to be done. And Dominic is doing that overtaking. He's pulling out around about between 0.3 and 0.5 of a second, or half a second, that's 0.5 is, a lap on Zenderick. This, of course, is the X-Ray. The Dominins are the X-Ray importers for Italy. GT8 E and GT8 being, you can tell it's popular because there's all sorts of manufacturers joining, and interestingly it's got a kind of a combination. It's got a combination of the traditional sort of 10th and 8th IC manufacturers building cars, but it's also got the large scale builders. Oh, what's happened here? What's happened here? What's going on? Stick on 5, don't care about that car. Stick on the leader, he's got a problem. Suddenly, I don't know whether he lost power because he's trying to avoid an accident. He's hit one there. But suddenly coming down the straight there, it just wasn't really running. I think it could have been actually some circumspect driving, not this point, but this was a lap before this accident. It may have been a bit of circumspect driving where he was just easing back. And the race now has come to an end, and he's won it whilst we're on a replay. Sorry about that, that's bad play by me there, actually. But Dominion takes the first leg from Zindrick. Yeah, he lost a couple of seconds towards the end. Just wondering whether perhaps he was having a situation. Either the batteries were going, or more likely things were slightly overheating. But Francesco Dominion wins, Nick Zindrick second, Frederick Miltz third, Vincenzo Frasca fourth, Tomislav Bregovic was in fifth, Ivan Sinko sixth. And the final to come. Let's see if I get a chance to check that everybody heard us and everybody thinks it's fine. Matthias Elmerforce drives an RC bike. Thank you all for who's listening on all our and watching on our various outputs, be it the RCTV YouTube page, be it the EFRA YouTube page, be it either the equivalent Facebook page. Thank you for sticking with us this morning and joining back in again. It's been trying for everybody, but I think we are now over the worst of it. Famous last words, obviously. I think we're now over the worst of it. Okay, so who is in the runners and riders for this next heat, which is the B final? It's Herford Pursuit from Austrian 1, Ehedi Ramos in 2 for Spain. I'm sure that's not how his name is spelled. Anyway, sorry about that. In Spain for 2, Ambrosio Venda from Italy in 3, Alessia Nevada from Italy in 4, Mika Milevich from Poland, the sole Pole in the event, in 5, Adrian Licolier in 6, Domenico Spagnolo in 7, Riccardo Genovese in 8, Mark Seneca in 9, and Franco Desirio in 10. So they get a minute to try and warm the tyres up. And as if to back up what I just said, here is the entry. So they're getting ready to walk out to the pit positions. They can... Oh. Just made a mistake there. They've started the races. They've started the race early by accident there. That's slightly interesting. So they're going to have to restart the race. This is like worrying whenever this happens on time. That was the starting horn, which we didn't want to have. Bright blue car, that is Herfried. Thank you, Matt, for that. That's Herfried. I can't believe you're so I'm being heckled. Okay, let's get ready to go. We're away. And Peugeot will come out in the lead in the bright blue car. You can see these cars are really tail happy the first couple of laps as the tyres got temperature, but the Austrian making a break for it in the S-Works. Let's try and work out who's second and third. Just need to see the numbers go past as the time is a little bit slow. And the second and third battle is 3v2. So it's Venda versus Ramos. Ramos has the Red Bull colour scheme. Now it's 2, 3 and 4 actually, because also enjoyed by Alessia Nevada as well. So you've got a bit of battle for 2, 3, 4. Nice break for the leaders. Blue car flashing underneath that shot. But obviously we've seen though, once the cars come up to temperature, they start to behave indifferently, and the cars which looked slightly out of it begin to come into it. And you can see almost immediately now, Venda's machine is looking better than it did in lap 1 as a bit of temperature gets into the rear tyres. But they are 1.5 seconds behind that blue car streaking down the main straight. Into the fast first corner. First 4 cars sweep to the left-hand side and past timing and scoring. And now they're going round in front of the roster and through the switchback. And this is the King. Venda from Ramos from Navarria. But don't forget Pouchet is away. So Venda with the orange nose. Ramos with the Red Bull colour scheme. And then the flory yellow. That's Alessia Navaria. Line of stir, minute and 40 gone so far. Pouchet's lead is just creeping out a little bit each lap. A couple of tenths. He always was BQ, which is the worst position to be in any electric event. Remember, went to a world championship, I think it was 2006, might be 2008. Shushihara was BQ. And he literally, he just showboated all the finals, had the whole thing hang out. He was just basically drifting around just for the fun of it, because B was just not what he wanted to be. It was spectacular. I think he still came second overall, despite the fact he just did the whole thing as a showboat race. It's brilliant. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. But held it in line. So this is the battle, second, third and fourth. Don't forget that Herfried Pouchet is away and gone by now 3 seconds. But these three nailed together. So the second and third are very close. 3 from 2 from 4. He's gone right off. And that is from second to fourth. Oh, that's interesting. That's not the bit I thought I was going to get. Never mind, sorry about that. It's a different replay entirely. Oh, I see why. And he's going to go... Right, we need to get out of this. That's gone horribly wrong. I hope you enjoy these multiple slow motions here. Bear with me a second, that's entirely my fault. This is what happens when Matt gives me half the information I need, not all the information I need. This will stop in a minute. Yeah, apologies for this. Is my error here, which is why we're having even more fun. Fixed by Matt. Thank you, Matt, for fixing that. Oh, you really shouldn't let me loose on new equipment. You've only got an old equipment. Anyway, so it's Poucher from Ramos from Nirvana. Vendors dropped out of this with a problem. Ramos is a lead of about a second and a half. Poucher is not as far ahead as he was, so Matt's going to need to run back because there may be a battle for the lead in the last minute or so. Down the main straight they come. That's Poucher in the blue, Vender in the white and the orange. Only a second and a half between the two of them. Getting even closer now. About to go with timing and scoring. There's the first one. There they are again. 50 seconds to go. Door shuts very severely there. There's our leader, and right behind him is second place, Hedy Ramos. So the leader's coming down. There's 2 laps to go. The leader's really coming down. This one and one more. Will the Austrian hang on? It looks like he's just got just enough over the Spaniard. He's got just enough to. Oh, you can see, obviously, he's had a bit of a problem whilst we were away with watching my mistake. He's got some damage or some tuck on the rear. And he's going to get over the line anyway. But as you can see, he's had an incident, and that's deranged the bodywork. That's probably why the gain was possible for Ramos from that early lead. So Poucher wins. Ramos is second. Navarro third. Spagnolo is fourth. Leccolio fifth. Desilio fifth. Genovanese is sixth. And Milovic is 7th. And we're getting ready now for the first of the A main finals. It's lucky I made my mistake early on, isn't it, rather than ruin the A main final. It's one of these moments where you're frightened to look at the chat as people point out, Nick, you don't know what you're doing. You've pressed the wrong button again. Stuck, yes, it was. Stuck in my mind. Entirely my fault. Nothing to do with anyone else's issues we've had today with time and everything else. Just me lousing it up. So first A final coming up for the GT Championships. Who is going to be on the grid for this one? Hasn't quite changed over yet. We hope it doesn't mean anything. Here we go, change it now. So in pole, Rosario Giammone. Number 2, Finale Senesi. 3rd, Alessio Mazzeo. 4th, Pierre Arnaldi. Daniel Sheppy is 5th, Alex D'Angelo is 6th, Filippo Beretta is 7th, Pietro Lucafora is 8th, Anton Raul Dardas is 9th, and Mirko Engert is 10th. B.A. Arnaldi should have been 2nd, but he lost his best time for not marshalling. That's naughty, isn't it? So you've got a DN Marshall. Just, you know, we're 47 minutes behind schedule, which means probably the finals will go off at 4 like it was originally planned to go off. But we'll have to see how they shorten lunch and everything else to try and catch back on time, or if they don't care. Anyway, we're hopefully in a run of racing now. So we're going to have this race, and then we go straight into the quarters of the IC. Quarterfinals of the IC we are for this. But this is the first part of someone trying to win a European Championship. Cars being sent to the starting line. The idea is not to have too much chance to get the heat in the tyres. It all gets very exciting this season. I'm very much enjoying these electric cars, but they're slightly different issues in the first couple of laps. Makes them fun to watch. Someone's knocked that camera. That's always good news. Thank you to Senesi Motorsport, our title sponsor, and starting second is LA Senesi. There is the first two cars, but on pole, Giacomo, Rosario Giacomo has looked good. TQ'd 3 of the rounds. Be a brave man to bet against him. Away they go. Currently in order, and Gimo's already got a little bit of a lead. Now the thing to remember is that you can see how careful around that first switchback he was. No, he hasn't got the rear grip, but he's broken away fantastically straight away, miles ahead. And I think, is that Arnaldi moving into third with the Tiffany coloured car? Oh please, Matt, taking off background music during the race. Oh, this is still not settled down the back end from Mazaya. So Alessio's going to second. Senesi, who's the big loser from the start of this race, he's dropped down to 5th. It's now, that's Alessio, the current European champion, battling with B.A. Arnaldi. These two actually won the electric and the IC European Championships in this championship last year in Zagreb. Arnaldi is the IC champion currently. He'll be the current champion who's for at least, well, he's got a few hours left of this year's championship reign, as has Mazzeo. But Rosario is absolutely away, 2.5 seconds. Not sure what Alessio can do about it. It's Shepson's in 4th, and then Senesi in 5th, Leandro in 6th. Oh, it's very, very close now. Nardi really looking racy. Frenchman with the turquoisey blue car. The single orange, that's Mazzeo. Don't forget they're in 2nd and 3rd because there's a lead of almost 3 seconds now for Rosario GMO. Coming very, very close. Minute and 40 in. Senesi's moved up to 4th, and they are as close as they can be without actually physically touching. Oh, and Arnaldi tries up the inside. And tries up the other side. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's all gone horribly wrong. And look, there's a tuck also on Arnaldi. Now, are they going to call that against him? He's come up the inside. That's a racing incident. I'm sure Alessio's very upset about that, but that's a racing incident for me. The problem for Arnaldi is he's got a massive body tuck, as you can see, and that means he's going to have a little bit of problem. He's now the 5 car of Sheppy. He's right on his tail and get the inside drive, and he just nudges him out. I mean, it's Daniel Sheppy who's into 2nd, and now he's dropped to 5th now. That body tuck really slowing him down. So it's Senesi. It's Sheppy from Senesi. Sheppy with the white into orange. Just going round timing scoring now. No on the pure orange cars. Mazzeo's out by the way after that accident. So Alessia's probably a bit annoyed about that. I did looking at it. Yeah, it was aggressive by Arnaldi, but I don't think it was actually punishable. If that makes sense. So Sheppy from Senesi. Just to remind you, our leader is, as we come to halfway, he's 5 seconds ahead, and there's some lapping about to happen. And that'll be Pietro Lucafora. He's been dispatched. I think it's Mirko Engert. I think is that. Yep, that's in the green car. And they very politely move out the way of our second place man. Now, can Senesi, who had some pace during qualifying, he's in the pure orange car. Just drop back one, Matt, to the Senesi in the orange machine. Natalie, he actually did TQ the first round. Had some real pace, and then it was a bit of a Gimo show for the rest of the qualifying. But this is the man who believes that GT8 and GT8 EIC is the future of RC. He's very passionate about this class. It does seem to be, it's a good class. It's a class that kind of combines the best of 2 or 3 other classes in many ways. And it's kind of unique in offering a platform that is as identical as it can be for electric and for IC. So Senesi trying to catch Sheppis. They've actually gained a tiny bit on our leader. That may well be because he's going through traffic. But the lead's come down from 4.5 to 3.9. I wouldn't read too much into that. Not with 2 minutes to go. I don't think you're going to get into electrical issues at this point. Some really good work by the referees and the other drivers. Good awareness. That marker's not getting in the way of these drivers. So Senesi is creeping up to the back, as you can see visually, of Sheppy. Not overly sure whether they're going to be able to do much about it. Catching is one thing, passing is another. So Arnaldi tried a very aggressive pass. Arnaldi's is in fourth with that body tuck. Mazzeo is out of the track, out of the race after that thump. There they go. Oh, just a little bit of a oversteer moment there. Just controlled it. There's Arnaldi in fourth in the blue car. Minutes go. Lead comfortably 3.7 seconds for Rosario GMO, looking to take this first one. Sheppy, the gap stayed at about 3/4 of a second between Sheppy and Senesi. So, Matt, with 30 seconds to go, should we find our leader? He's 4 seconds up the road. He's car number 1. There he is in all his glory. Just beginning his penultimate lap. Hasn't featured in this broadcast because he's been so far ahead from lap 1. So absolutely copybook how to drive the first leg of an A final. Don't forget it's the best 2 results to count. So he's halfway there to a European Championship. And he's going to cross the line any second now and take leg 1. It's a cracking win there. Pole lights the flag, whatever you want to say. 7 minutes of excellent electronic driving from Rosario GMO. Daniel Septis is second. Natale Senesi is third. Bernard Alanaldi is fourth. Alex Zanto is fifth. Felipe Beretta is sixth. Anton Raldalas is seventh. Pietro Lucafora is eighth. Mirko Engelhardt is ninth. And Alessio Mazzeo is 10th. And probably really quite annoyed, would be my guess. Okay, so it's quite a long warm-up they get. I think it's a 3. I think they count it down from 5 to 3 minutes. A 3-minute warm-up they've got. It's Dario Grasso will start this one, but we should show you where we're at. We're at the Quarter B final. Dario Grasso is starting in pole. Alessandro Grassa is second. Anton Raudaras is starting third. Now, he's just literally come off the electric race, so he must be panicking around to get the other car running. Riccardo Coco is in fourth. Gianluigi Baroncini is fifth. Graham Lockie from Ireland is in sixth. Then we have Salvatore Perello, Gerardo Russo, Matteo Barbera, and Leonardo Cacutio, who are all Italian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it's 8 Italians, a Spaniard, and a man from the Republic of Ireland. Are your runners and riders for the Quarter B? That will be followed by the Quarter A, and then the second round of electric finals. So Dario Grasso is in 1, Alessandro Grasso is 2, Anton Raudaras is 3, Riccardo Coco is 4, Gianluigi Broncini is in 5, Graham Lockheed is 6, Salvatore Perello is 7, Gerardo Russo is 8, Matteo Barberera is 9, and Leonardo Cacutio is in 10. So the IC cars start from the side of the track. Italian flag is raised. He's 20 minutes again. And they're away. And it looks like a relatively clean start. And until it's 1 from 2 from 3 from 4, so it's the cleanest start you're going to have. Grasso from Grassa. That's a good problem for me later on. Dallas and Co. So they get used to the car colours. Grasso red into white. Grassa orange with a bit of fleck. And then you've got the third place car, which is lime green into white. And then the fourth place machine, who's hunting him down, is white with orange bits. So I think, oh no, a bit too aggressive there. So the first two sprint come down the straight. There we are, 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 5 have broken away. It's quite a noticeable gap between 5th and 6th there. Very weird messages over the tannoy. It's like hold. So we're looking now at the second and third battle, which is 3 and 4, because there's a problem for car 2 in that lap. I'm not sure he's dropped out, had a problem, but car 2's not taking part in the issue at the moment. I kind of looked down for a second at a timing screen and something's happened. Car 2's had the problem. Not in the pits, just had a bad lap, 22 lap. He must have had an accident. You saw that on the screen, I didn't because I was looking at 3, 4 other things. Hopefully it was a good accident, no idea. So now comfortably in second place is Antonio Dallas in the yellow and white. Third place, just drop back one more, and that's the third place car of Ricardo Coco, white with the orange underneath. Now Coco currently is the last person bumping up to the semis, top three go up. He's got 2 seconds over Salvatore Pereira, but we're very, very early days. We're a minute and 50 in. My guess is the car 2 of Alessandro Grassa, after that mistake, whatever it was, will come back through the field unless he's damaged the car. Do not forget that you cannot fuel for the first 7 minutes. So around 13 minutes is the key point. That's when you're allowed to start fueling. As I said before, people have come into the pits on 6.56 and just sat there waiting for the 7 minute, losing the 2 or 3 seconds before putting the... you come into the pits before them, you can't add the fuel till 7 minutes. Some of these cars got very, very tight on fuel. We had a lot of cars running out of fuel in qualifying. And temperature is increasing, so as we go through the day, it gets harder and harder to make the run time as the air temperature goes up. This is a chance to go out. It puts a lap on the person there. Car he was lapping is, I don't know who that was, it's going to have tremendous problems. That was the 9 car of Matteo Barbera, one of the bump uppers. So this is the 4, and this is Ricardo Coco in third. He's a couple of seconds behind second, and he's 3 seconds ahead of third. So he's got himself in a nice little safe area now. And my guess is the tactics in mind really is you have to drive with intelligent thumbs, thinking about fuel saving in this first section, because you just don't want to, obviously running out and that's it, you're out, because you're going to lose a lap and a half putting it back and refueling it. So it's all about kind of lift and coast. If you're some of these cars that make you fuel mileage easily, you're a bit tight, you just lift and coast, you're off at this point, you coast it all through, as you can do with these cars and the clutches. You coast it off. Again here, lift and coast. You don't, there's no point using the brakes. So that's just, spending fuel energy. If you can get the car to slow down, you will lose a couple of tenths, but in this first section of a race where what you're trying to do is bump up, that's not a bad thing. I think he went past the 5 car then. Yep, that was Gianluigi Barancini. That was the green and white car we just saw him lapping. So it's all very, it's very kind of relaxed first few minutes. You just got that focus now on what, get to the 7 minutes, because at that point the tactics become free. You only got, you can stop every 6 minutes if you want to. Obviously you want to stop every 6.5 minutes, so you can just get, you got an easy second stop. When you're not worried about fuel, you can actually push the whole way. So the lead's tightened right up, by the way, Matt. So I don't know if we can pick up the lead battle. Just going round timing and scoring now. That's Darras. It's changed. It's not he's picked up, it's changed. So during that lap, Darras has taken the lead. So I think that must have been a problem. Darras is going very quickly. There must have been a couple of problems for Dario Grassa. But Darras now leading the Spaniard with the yellow and the white. Dario Grassa behind him, and that you can see at the red and the white. So good move by Darras to take the lead again. He is pushing. There is more chance, of course, of him running out of fuel, because he's going to he may have to do an extra lap before he hits 7 minutes. We're currently on 5 minutes and a half. 5.5 minutes is the way you should say it, obviously. 5 minutes and a half. Minute and a half yet. That time round, 15.6, fastest lap we've seen, 16 flat for the second place driver. So Duras seems to have got really in tune with this car now. Lovely flow to it. Good time, 15.6, 15.7. We were seeing 15.3s and 15.2s by the absolute top heat. Oh, what happened there? There's some sort of coming together at that point, and the lead's gone right down. He lost a second and third. Unfortunately, Matt moved the camera as he expected the car to go, but the car didn't go there because he hit someone on the way. You go, where's he gone? Oh, there he is. He got away with it. I think actually, I'm not sure if he actually hit someone, just massively checked up thinking he was going to. It just goes to show there's a kind of like a conservative element to the driving. He just gets a little bit of a tickle there from the car he was overtaking. I think it was the 5 again. Baroncini. I noticed that Alessandro Grassa in the 2 is coming back again. He's in 4th. Kind of sticking here now because we're within about 20 seconds of the fuel stop. So let's stick with our leader for a couple of laps because theoretically he's the person most likely to be down on fuel. He has to do one more lap. So he'll be fine at the end of the next lap. He'll be able to come in for fuel. They are told when the 7 minutes is up. And it's now. So they're allowed to come in at this point. And there is no reason not to. One car has run out of fuel and been brought in. Can't see who it is. But we have one person who has not quite made it into fuel. Everyone else comes into fuel. There's the second place man. The 3. Oh dear. Bumper cars there. Kept trying to get up and down. And they come out. And I'm not sure who didn't make it. But somebody missed out. And I think it might have been Graham Lockley. No, he went out a while ago. So it might have been... It's hard to say. It may have been Ricardo Coca, actually. Just wait. All the screen is grey for me now because they're all longer than expected because they have stopped for fuel. But somebody ran out of fuel. Someone flamed. Unfortunately, bad news for the Irish fans there. Graham has had an issue and isn't running anymore. So I say what a great contribution the team for the Republic of Ireland has made to this event. Really enjoyed working with them and having some fun with them. So, Darras continues in the lead. Now, the big change is, and it was Ricardo Coca who had the flame, and they are now trying to get him out of the way of the leader. And it's Coca there who flamed. He lets the leader through. So what's happened is, so Alessandro Grassa has now picked up 3rd place. He's come back from the problem. It's Raul Anton Darras leads. Dario Grassa is 2nd, and Dario Grasso is 2nd, and then Alessandro Grassa is 3rd. And he is probably quite closely battled. Let's see if we can pick up the... Well, I say that, but what looked like a close battle is disappearing because Salvatore Pietro, who was scored in 4th, appears to be missing as well. Yeah, Pirello had, I think it must have... that looks like a missed lap, to be honest. There has been some issues with timing, and I'm not quite sure. But anyway, so Grassa is in 3rd. We haven't seen him much. Let's just find the number 2 car, Matt. Unfortunately, I can't see exactly where he is in the track because of the way these timings work. Normally, I've got a progress meter to tell where number 2 is. There he is. Thank you. Oh, he's upside. No, that's 9's upside down. So that's Barbero again having a problem. But there's the 2 orange car with some. It's actually quite clever because he's got a single colour body shell. He's stuck enough stickers on it to make it look like it's got colourful flashes on the side. I think that's just a range of sponsor stickers and a kind of a let's cover every inch in sponsors as our NASCAR would do. $10 minutes left of this quarter B. That'll be followed by the quarter A. I just don't know why the B goes before the A. Just don't understand that. Surely A should go for... I don't know. We seem to be, going into the final. It's an advantage surely to be in the first race. You get longer to prepare. Who knows? To Grassa. He's got a big lead over the following car. He's 16 seconds ahead of Gerardo Russo. So Ricardo Coca disappearing has kind of taken away quite a lot of the jeopardy in this. 1, 2 and 3 a long way ahead. We are now just doing that thing you do in the middle of a race, which is turning laps, trying to work out where you are, trying to work out what you need to do. Now, obviously, in the main final, you need to go as fast as you can and get up the track. But if you are just racing, as we lost another car's about to be brought in, not sure who that is. Just the back of the track. I think that might be the 5 car actually about to come in. Lost a wheel, that's never good. Front right's fallen off that car. And that is the 5 car, I think. Or is it the 8 car? Is it the 8 car? It's the 8 car. It's Gerardo Russo who is missing. And I'll tell you what happened. His front wheel fell off. So these are very good cars, but they don't work well with 3 wheels. So it's currently the 3 from the 1 from the 2 from the 5. Gianluigi Boncini in 4th. Let's just look at he's miles out, but if you can find the 5 car, that'd be fun, Matt. Just to look at the guy who's in 4th. He's in 4th by a lap and a bit, but you never know. One of the top 3 might break down. So this is Baroncini. Actually has bothered to paint his body shell properly, so that gets plus points from everyone at RC Racing TV, and we are RC Racing TV. And this is the EFRA 1/8 GT and GTE finals, the Euro Championships from Giardini Naxos in Sicily. That's in Italy. And our title sponsor and great friend, it's Senesi Motorsport, and our supporters, S-Works, Lens Body Share, P-Model, and X-Ray. And of course, the reason we are here is EFRA, the European Federation of Radio Automobiles, the organising body who have been supporting the broadcasts of RC Racing since 2010. First year we did this, we didn't do live in 2010. In 2010 we did reports, in 2011 we did reports and highlight packages. 2012 we started doing some live streaming, some hybridisation. So now everyone thinks they can do live stream. We've been doing it for 12 years, so we feel very smug about that. And we've been live streaming European Championship finals ever since, with obviously the exception of the COVID year when we couldn't, because there weren't any ones to stream. So with the exception of COVID, we have streamed everything and every year for EFRA. So I have no idea how many hours it is. I think thousands of hours. Wipe out. Front end went away from him there. So final fuel stops be coming up for most people. Just get the slug of fuel to get you to the end. It's still Daras from Grasso from Grassar. This is your 4th place man, who is unfortunately, for a competitive point of view, 2 laps behind 3rd, but let's watch him get some fuel. Picked up and go. There he is. Lots of lovely slug of fuel for him. Let's leave him now. Well, who should we look at now? Oh, he's stopped. I'm going to leave him. He's stopped. Well, let's not leave him at all. Let's go and see what this is. This is the most interesting thing happening. Let's find out what the problem is. It's broken, he says. How is it broken? Oh, completely. All right. It's not a bit broken. It's completely broken. Is it totally broken? Yeah, look, I'm going to roll it. No, it's running again now. Well, that's weird. Now it's running again. Did brakes lock on? Clutch gave up? It did break down after it went over the timing line, so it wasn't quite the disaster it could have been. This is 38 seconds, so that just cost him 19 seconds or 20 seconds, but that was very weird. Well, interestingly, now we have a new 4th place man who we've not really looked at, which is car number 4. So if we can find car number 4, Matt, that'd be fantastic. I would help you out with a general location, but unfortunately, because I haven't got that information anymore because of the timing delays. So there's car 4. Now, Coco was going well early on, had a problem at some point earlier in the race. I think he ran out of fuel, actually, before the 7 minutes. He's now a couple of laps off. He is, though, of course, in 4th place. So if anything happens to Daras, Grasso or Grassar, he will still bump up. So at this point, he's got the leader behind him, which makes for a great shot for us. We get to see the leader and the person we're looking at the same time. That was good driving. That was really good driving. He let the leader through with a minimal loss of time there, and without really inconveniencing or having any sort of danger for the leader there. I feel like to see people, it's really important to know how to be overtaken as well as how to overtake. People think, oh, being overtaken, oh, no, I don't want to be overtaken, oh, that means I'm no good. No, it doesn't. It just means that sometimes people are faster than you. And it saves you time letting them through. I know it sounds weird, but it does. Holding them up or just going to hold you up and incur the ire of the referee that a lap ahead. Car's looking a little bit edgy as he gets towards the back end of the run. 3 minutes to go. Slight over rotation a few of the corners. But generally fine. It's doing 16.3s. Darras really is comprehensively faster than the entire field at this one, which is interesting for a quarterfinal. If you can be this much faster in the quarterfinal, it gives you hope that you can actually bump through the semi-finals. So if Darras does, the top three who qualify here guarantee 2 more races, because you get not only your semi-final, and if you bump, you get the final. If you don't bump, you get the last chance. So 2.5 minutes to go. And Ricardo Coco really needs to start working on the voodoo dolls of Darras, Grasso and Grassart, because obviously they are 30 seconds ahead of him. So he has to make sure they break down quite soon. Otherwise he can't win or even qualify, sorry. I think Graham Locklead's got going again. That grey car ahead, I think, is Graham, so he's deciding to get himself some extra laps. There he is, just ahead of the shot we're in now. Lets the car go. So, Weber took him out of the late race for about, most of it actually, he must have been out for about 15 minutes, but he said, oh, I'll go and do a few final laps at the European Championships. Okay, there's a minute to go. I think that probably was a minute and a half to go. I think that probably means that we should have a little look for our leader, Matt. So we will try and find car number 3 if you can. It's the car with the lime green nose and the white body shell. That's the one. Been a two or three laps for Anton Darras from Spain to get the front. I don't think he just raced the electric race. He just put the electric car down, ran around, picked up the IC car with his mechanic, and off he went. So very short turnaround for the Spaniard, but it's all worked out well for him. Looks like the top 3. He's about to lap. That is our. This is what you're about to see. It's good though. We get our second place man in the picture as well. But just ahead of him is the second place man, Dario Grasso. So it's Grasso in second and Darras in first. Reverse around the other way as Darras looks to put a lap on the second place man. Very convenient for pictures that we can see that. Now, I don't know whether Grasso is going to let him through or even Darras even wants to go past. Oh, we will sort of let him through by falling off the track. So this is the last lap, I think. Yeah, this is the last lap. So Darras is going to take the win. He's going to progress into the semi-final B in an hour or so's time, hour and a half's time. And he is followed into that final by Dario Grasso and Alessandro Grassa. Ricardo Coco and it is in fourth. And then there's a big gap to fifth, which is Salvatore Perello. Another big gap to Matteo Barbera behind him. And then you have Gianluigi Boncini, Leonardo Cacuccio, Gerardo Russo, and Graham Lockheed, who just kind of joined in for the last 10 minutes or so, or last 5 minutes or so. So they're very short. They're trying to speed up the brakes so you can get some time back. But next up, obviously, is going to be the 1/4 A side final. Come on, Ireland, says Cyril O'Connor. Bravo de las, says Castillo. Absolutely. Well, it's not easy to just swap your driving style. So just waiting for this to get sorted out, and then we'll get the new grid for the 1 quarter A. I have no idea why they put the GT8 B file back up again. Exciting, isn't it? They changed these halfway through. You know, it means they're making some sort of revision to that final. And here we go. Here's the actual final. Okay. For the 1 quarter A final, we have Crispino Fischera in 1, Fernando Campetti in 2, Clive Connolly from Ireland in 3. So you've got, in fact, it's 9 Italians and 1 Irish driver. Clive Connolly, the sole Irish driver in this one. The other 9 are all Italians. So I'll go through them. In 4, it's Pietro Mauro, Franco Desidio. In 5, Stefano Cicciaroli. In 6, Walter Cusimano. In 7, Davide Stefanizzi. In 8, Marco Quartaluccio. In 9, and Fabio Quadarella in 10. And there's confirmation. You see, it looks like look at all the flags the same. So you notice there's subtly one's slightly orange, and subtly one is the rest of them are red for the last third of the map. Last third of the flag. Yet to check in is Fabio Quadarella. Oh, I'm kind of hoping he doesn't feature too much. I'm struggling with his name. So he hasn't checked in yet. If you look at the rostrum, I'm not sure if our pit cam gives you a view of the rostrum. Because the Italians are all in their national shirts, it's incredibly blue. You've got 9 blue shirts, and then penultimate on the end, you've got the 1 Irish guy. Clive Connolly in a black shirt, but the rest are all blue. It's, it'll have to be a final that was mostly Italians. "40 seconds to go of this warm-up. Already walking out with the red flag. Maybe creeping into the picture any second now. Cars called back to pit lane and they'll be walked out any second now. Oh, man with big head there. Looks like he's got a stick radio, so good on him. As you know, I'm very fond of a stick radio. You can't lean like that because we're over to the end of the track. Car's been walked out. So it's Crispino Fischer in 1, Fernando Campetti in 2, Clive Connolly in 3, Pietro Maro in 4, Franco Desirio in 5, Stefano Seccaroli in 6, Walter Cusumao in 7, Davide Stefanazzi in 8, Marco Quartuccio in 9, and not checked in, so probably not taking part, is Fabio Quattarello, who's due to start 10th. So my guess is he's not starting 10th. Car's been brought to the line. You can see the Italian flag in the hands of the official starter. There's the flag. Flag's down. And they're away. Good start from position 2 by Campetti. And they all come past around the first line. They didn't get the lead though. So the leader stayed with number 1, Fischera from Campetti. Both have made a little bit of a break from whoever's running in 3rd. And it's, oh dear, Connolly's had a stall. Oh, bad news for the Irish. He stalled on the line. So Connolly is going to start at least a lap behind. Actually, they ran him across the line. So they may want to take that lap off him. He got run across the start line. They have done that already. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Connolly, what terrible bad luck for the man from the Emerald Isle. But it does mean, and interesting, the 10 car did start in the end, so despite no warm-up. So that's Connolly rejoining, you see, with the purple wingtips. Now he's just got to hope for bad luck for other people, but realistically getting out of this quarter-final, which starting 3rd was a very good chance, is now probably gone already. Right, let's get back to those who are competing, and this is the number 1 in the lead of Crispino Fischera. He's got a nice little lead already of about a second and a bit. Second place is away as well in Campetti. Let's drop back to 3rd, Matt, if you can. Just wait until 3rd and 4th. That seems a little bit closer and more action-packed. That's not 3rd, so it's the yellow car's actually in 3rd. So it's the yellow from the blue. That's Connolly getting going again. He's at the back, but that's your 3rd place car. That is the 4 of Mauro Pietro, and behind him it's Walter Cusimo in the... Actually, you know what? It is Walter Cusimo in the blue... Quite popular, that kind of, oh no, out, and there's been a, oh dear, there's also been, that's a bad body tuck as well, unless you manage to flick that straight off again. Coming in, because it wasn't deliberate, it wasn't the greatest bit of driving ever, was it? I'm not sure how that's actually wound out. I would expect that 7 will get a drive through for that. So he may actually just let the, I think what he did was he waited and let the position come back to him. They're not now in, I'm not quite sure where they are in the position. I think they went down a couple of positions. They are 5th and 6th they now are. But the problem for the leading of those 2 cars is that he's now got a tuck, which he's going to have to live with, this car. He's going to have to live with that tuck until the... Yeah, there was a stop-go. And so, yep, there was a stop-go for Walter there, Cusimo. So let's... the tuck on one... Oh, the tuck's untucked itself. That's lucky. So he's untucked the tuck. But he's running in 5th at the moment. So, early days, 2.5 minutes gone. So let's see if we can find our 3rd place man. That is car number 8 of Davide Stefanizzi. So Stefanizzi on the 8 machine. Should be a few seconds ahead of our previous victim. He's had buggers. So Stefanizzi in a little bit of a battle there. He just goes past. No, he's going past Connolly as well. So Connolly's obviously got that situation where that's back. He's got to let people past. So Desiro's also had a problem. We've had a problem with Franco Desiro. He's lost a few laps as well. So Desiro and Connolly are cars adrift already in the bottom 2 positions. Walter Cusumio, because of that accident and the drive-through, is also at the back, but that's not indicative of his basic pace. But this is the grey car, the 8 machine. Of Davide Stefanizzi. He is in 3rd. He is bumping up. And that's the 0 car of Quadrella, who has himself just had an accident. So he's about to go a lap down. Has gone a lap down to leaders, of course. So you got 2 lap cars, or lap-in cars. And then the 4th car in the background, I think, is the car in 4th, which is the car number 6 of Stefano Sicily. Now, whether 6 has been let through, and I think he might have been, because we agreed yesterday these were Renault Turbo colours. Yeah, that is the 6 in the yellow, white into yellow with a bit of black, going past the lap car. Right, he's now in 4th. And so Walter letting him go, and all that's so annoying because he's lost a bit of time there, and he's been the problem with the car. He kind of just lost the grip, lost everything. So the 6 car's had a nightmare lap. I'm not sure he's got a problem or just things went wrong for a couple of corners. But what happened was, of course, he got unlapped by 2 or 3 cars. So not only did he have a really bad lap, in the 17 and the 18 second mark. Yeah, it was 19.7 that one. So he lost 3 seconds and he lost the position of 2 cars. He's in 4th still. He didn't lose 4th place, which is interesting. But he's now 6 seconds off 3rd. But as we've said before, a lot of this first part of the race is just about getting yourself to that first pit stop without running out of fuel. Some very polite drivers out there. I've been impressed actually the entirety of this race the entirety of this meeting by how people who are being lapped or people who can qualify where the person behind is obviously faster have let people through. The vast majority of people have been really, really aware of what's around them in the race and haven't held people up. There's always the odd coming together through accidents and misunderstandings, but on the whole, been really good. Probably indicative of some excellent refereeing by Javier Garcia, to be honest, but also I think also there's kind of been a very positive atmosphere in the pits. When there's a positive atmosphere in the pits, it kind of permeates the entire event, and people kind of go, no, I'm happy, yeah, I'm going to let these, I'm not going to get... it's very interesting how you can, sometimes a toxic atmosphere in the pits can transfer to the track, and people who are normally mild-mannered turn into complete idiots. So, 6 minutes down. I'm quite sure whether that's a competitive car ahead of him or not. No, it's not. Once again, work out, living out. No. So we're now on that danger minute. Going into minute 7. Can't get the pits yet, mate. Fischera is still leading. Campetti is second. And that gap is quite large. That's 7 seconds. Stefanizzi is third. 3 seconds behind that. I think it's only 4 seconds. That's surprising. I thought it was more than that. So it's 4 seconds from 3 seconds. And then you've got, obviously, best part of 6 seconds back to this man. So he has to do this one. And he's going to have to do one more before he can get any fuel. But they will start peeling in for fuel in about 7 seconds. So I'm now just watching the pit lane more than anything else. See who's going to come in. By my mind, pit lane's open now. And immediately Loxley comes with fuel, which he didn't really need, I don't think. Not Loxley, sorry. Oh, we've got someone has run out. They're running back one car that has run out. Who's the car being run back, Matt? Who has run out? He was put down as a white car. Just been put on the pit. So one car, that's that white car there, I think, ran out of fuel. And it goes deathly quiet. Every single person comes in for fuel at the same time. I think that car was run back. It's certainly an all-white car. Oh, that's upside down. That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be in the track upside down, that's for sure. Two marshals. Car 4. That is Mauro Pietro, who is running. So there's going to be quite a big shake-up here. You need to give it 2 laps just for everyone to kind of calm down, basically. And then we'll pick up where we are. This is officially scored 6th, Pietro Mauro. And then behind him is Walter. And so this is the battle for 6th and 7th. Which is probably only battle on the track at the moment, I can see. So Walter, that's one way to do. Walter's had a little bit of a propensity to hit people, in fairness. Looks like the inside. That's just not great driving from Walter, to be honest. Not great driving at all. So behind, who is the white car behind him? Is that the one? That's our leader. So go with the leader in white. So that is our leader, Crispina Fischera. Needing by 4 seconds at the moment, with 11 minutes to go. So we're in the middle bit, in the middle phase of the race now. They've reached that first danger period, which is the first fuel stop, and then having reached that, the next thing they need to do is have the relaxed bit in the middle before absolutely going ballistic for the final 6 minutes after your final fuel stop. But realistically, if you are Crispina Fischera, you are very comfortably in the lead. And at this point, you just need to turn laps, because the only point of that is to get the semi-finals. Car pointing the wrong way, which is always slightly confusing. Semi-final or bust, it's all that matters here. It doesn't really matter if you come first, second or third, because the difference in a 20-minute final of 2 metres is 0. Especially when being last can sometimes give you a chance to give a view, last on the grid, there is to get a view of what's happening in front of you. And often you see people at the back picking their way through the carnage of other people's own problems in the first couple of laps. Campetti remains second, and Stefanizzi is third, and they have a very, very big lead again over 4 places. We've not had many, we kind of missed out on the big battle so far for the bump ups. Sometimes you have nothing but big battle. Sometimes it's like this, where top 3 have established themselves. It doesn't mean it's all over. Okay, do you want to drop back the 5 seconds we need to go to get to watch our second place man? That is car number 2 of Fernando Campetti. He'll just be a few seconds behind our leader. There he is in the rather fetching chrome blue paint job. Car 7 of Walter Cusimo has had a problem and been rushed back to the pits. So we've had a bit of attrition in this one. I'd say 4 of the cars, 7, 8, 9 and 10, position 7, 8, 9 and 10 obviously. Cars 3, 5, 7 and 10 have all had issues. Most of them are actually rerunning again, but they've lost laps due to problems. The Irish fans, Clive Connolly just flamed at the start, and so his race was over before it started. It was quite sad, because it's been I think he's the final representative of the Irish team in the event. I'm not sure there's anyone in the semi-finals. Hopefully there is. I don't think there is though. A bit of a squiggle. So, second place Campetti. It's only 2 seconds ahead of the third place man, who is car number 8. And he's just let someone unlap themselves. It's a 6 car, isn't it? And there is the 8. And that's your third place man, Davide Stefanizzi, who's now very, very close to second place man. So I'm wondering whether, I think Campetti's lost a little bit of pace here. I mean, he did lose time in letting the car pass, in fairness, and unlap himself, because he knows the programme. He knows the whole point of this is it doesn't matter if that yellow and white car goes past him. He's a couple of laps back. He's not going to make the whole lap back in time. So it's less than a second between these two. Chrome blue for second and grey for third. Campetti from Stefanizzi. Bit of traffic in front of Campetti at the moment, so there should be a chance for Stefanizzi to just gain a little bit. Last couple of laps he's fallen away by half a second. Very closely matched, the second and third pair. But in many ways, even the people who are about to be lapped are not really going that much slower. I think it's once people, there's been some problems at the start, people have had a little bit, but once you get into the actual running of the race, we're getting to the point now where the talent spread is getting narrower. So most people can do the sort of times you need to do. Oh, second pit stop. 6 minutes to go. In he comes. Down. Gun on. Nice work there. Sorry, slugging it through. And he now re-emerges. Temporarily, he will have lost his position. I think one of the early ones to go. I think temporarily he will have lost his position. A third. I think, I'm not sure, but I get the impression that Stefanizzi came in on the same lap. I might be wrong. He scored. Yeah, Campetti came in on the same lap actually, just a tiny bit ahead, and has actually gained through that process. So, well done to the Fernando Campetti fueling team and pit lane team. They've gained a second and a half over third. Unfortunately, fourth remains stubbornly a long way behind. Fourth place, Stefano Secchiaroli, is down by a lap and a bit. So about 20 seconds behind this 8 car. Clive Connolly has climbed to 8th. Fabio Quagliarella has climbed to 7th. Marco Hocuccio has climbed to 6th. So once again we've got a race that's kind of settled at this point. Just ready to explode into life. You can see the blue car ahead of him and now has stretched that lead somewhat. Officially scored at 2 seconds. Our leader's had a long lap for some reason. Must have been a fuel. No, long enough for a fuel lap, I don't know. So the leader had a long lap there. Might have been fueling. Don't know. It's brought Campetti much closer to him. So the 1, 2 and 3 are a bit closer. Not quite sure what the long lap was from Fichero. Whether he actually stopped for an extra stop. It's right back on it immediately, so possibly he decided to have a safety stop. Has done a couple. Yeah, he's had a long lap, and now he's done a couple of absolutely bang on laps again. All these drivers have done times around either 15.9, 15.8, or 16 flats. Their best laps are really, really close. Obviously, it's how you run a complete race that's decided where they are overall. Oh, second and third come together. How's that happened? So we now have a battle for second and third. I'm not sure. It must have been an error a couple of laps ago by Campetti. Stefanizzi's found some pace, actually, in fairness. Stefanizzi seems to have found a little bit of pace in 15.8, 16. So this is the battle for second. Someone's lit a rocket up the backside of Stefanizzi. And don't forget, this would be a double bump up for Stefanizzi. A double bump up. We don't get many of those. 8, 9 and 10. They're the ones who bumped up from the 8th final. So will he bump? Well, currently he's in the position to bump anyway into the semi-final. Stefanizzi looking to double bump. Camponetti in the chrome car. Blue. He's looking for a single bump. Then behind them, who's that car behind them? I'll watch them going past and work out which car that is. That's the 4 behind. That's Mauro Pietro. Pietro Mardo, who's 2 laps back. They run down the line together. They've got a car attempting to unlap itself, which is going to cause some confusion. They are second and third. They're both bumping up. I'll say being lost again by Cristiano Fichero. I think must have had a safety stop, which is why he had lost a few seconds about 10 laps ago. A little bit ponderous around that corner there, wasn't there, Stefanitsi? But he's found some pace at this back end of this race. But as it happens, despite losing a lot of the gap, Fernando Campetti not interested in losing second place. He's coming around the corner. Two-timing and scoring again. Right, so they're going to turn back. It's closer this time, isn't it? Round in front of the rostrum, through the switchback. Now the question comes to it, is it actually worth, with 40 seconds to go, is it worth definitely having a go at Campetti? Because effectively they're both bumping up anyway. Ooh, car in the way. This could be a chance to change second and third. No. And I get the impression Stefanitzi's not interested in overtaking. That was what I think. I think Stefanitzi doesn't really have much desire to risk car, man, machine for an overtake that won't mean anything. They have got 2 laps. It's going to be close. I think they've got 2 laps to go. Yeah, we're at 42. So we're on the last lap. Well done to Crispino Fischera, but you're on your own. This is actually action. This is action. And second and third, it looked to me like Stefanitzi decided, it's fine where I am. I'm not so bothered about this. I'm very happy to be where I am, which is in third place. And these are your other 2 bump-uppers. Congratulations to them as they drive it in. So it is Crispino Fischera in 1, Fernando Campetti in 2, Davide Stefanitzi in 3, Stefano Seccarello in 4. So he's finished. So it's the top 3 who bump, and then it's Pietro Mauro, Marco Quartarruccio, Clive Connolly, Fabio Quadrella, Franco Deserido, and unfortunately stopping quite early in the end was Walter Cusimo. But so congratulations to our 3 Italian bump-up drivers, all on 74 laps. So next up is leg 2 of the various electric finals. Dan Blight says, good morning, Nick and crew and chat. Well, Nick and crew and chat, it's me and Matt McCallum. We are the crew. Dennis Milovic, unfortunately, said good luck to Clive some time ago before it went horribly wrong. Forza Cosemo says, Salvo Labadesi, absolutely. So it shouldn't be too long a break. Now they are stretching this one out. It's supposed to be quite quickly onto the second part of the electrics, but they're surprisingly not ready to roll. Delay. Back in a second. Okay, so in this one, it's Gerd Pfeiffer in 1, Nick Zenderick in 2, Fredrik Mitzer in 3, Ivan Sinko in 4, Francesco Dominin in 5, Felicio Caniglia in 6, Frasca Vincent in 7, Tomislav Bregovic in 8, Mario Martinic in 9, and Severino Alberghino in 10. Okay, so it was Francesco Dominin who won the first one, from Nick Zenderick, from Fredro Milzer. So if Dominin wins this one, he will win overall, but he's starting from 5th. Here we go. Leg 2, C-Final, Electric European Championship. And off again, and Gerd Pfeiffer, who had a terrible first couple of laps last time. And he's got the same problem here. He's got no rear grip at the start, but he is in the RC Racing TV colours, so effectively he is the most important person on the track. So I thought there was going to go. There's some weird announcements going on, but Pfeiffer's got away nicely. And we shouldn't have favourites, but we do. It's good. He was wearing our T-shirts yesterday. Don't forget there is merch, and we've seen a couple of people here wearing merch at the track. The RC Racing TV merch is some great stuff. The boys, I can say this, are completely not involved in the process of designing the merch. They come up with some great ideas. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh good, it was going so well till then. He got it slightly wrong in the first part of the switchback, and then takes too much. He gets a nasty button, and then gets the zoom of doom. Oh dear. Right, so who's leading now? Oh, it's Dominin's back in the lead again. So this could be back-to-backs for Francesco Dominin, who I get the impression really shouldn't be in this C final. There's obviously a story about his qualifying that's probably full of woe, because he has looked significantly quicker. He started from position 5, and he's moved up the front reasonably quickly. The car looks nice, and the Dominin family are very, very quick racers generally. I can't remember his older brother. His older brother's made a number of European A finals. X-Ray, because they're the X-Ray importers in Italy, which Dad is. So he's leading now by about a second from Milzer. There's a bit of a propensity of orange bodies at the moment. Don't think this is one off. It's just 7 minutes straight through, no pit stops. There's a lot of traffic here, isn't there? Woo! This is where you lose a lot of time. No, 4 car did pretty well. Sinko. Oh, that was very close to being inside. Let's see how lucky he was to get away from that one. So he's coming around the corner. The other two decide to have an accident. And look at that. That's how close is that to not... Wow, he avoided, in 5 seconds, 3 different people almost having an accident with him. That is quite lucky, remarkable. You need to be good, but you need to be lucky. But 3 cars failed to have contact with Francesco there. 4:20 to go. Zindrick now is in second. So he got the same 1, 2, 3 as the first heat. Dominating. I did that last time, the dominating. I quite like it. Just up the inside of the 6 car, I think that was. You can just partially see the number. One thing I quite like about this track, this class, I can see that no, it's the 8 car actually. I can see the number. So he's lapped Tomislav Begovic in 5th already. Shall we have a look at our second place man, car number 2? It's about 5 seconds behind him. I think it may be another orange car actually. Is it number 2? Yeah, it's orangey. It's Zendrick, who actually got himself his little kind of white edging to his windows. Kind of chromed the whole thing up. He blinged his 1 can Spanish expert painter. Pfeiffer, after that almost good start, has dropped he's in third now, which is a bit strange because he's just been overtaken, so that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, unless there's two cars with a very similar colour scheme. What's going on here? All right, he was okay. He was slightly ahead. So this is now they're right together. So Pfeiffer and Zindrick are right together for second and third. I've got myself confused. Happens quite regularly. So there is Pfeiffer in third and Zindrick in second. And Miltz is in fourth now. A bit of back markerage in the way. Let's drop back to Gerd because he's bought our T-shirts. Leader 7.5 seconds away. That marker's playing their part. But that's second and third. The second just ahead is Zindrick. I think Zindrick gets his second place. It's going to be very hard to remove him from second overall. I suppose if Miltzer or the person who comes third do win the final heat, that will do it. But it does look like it's going to be a Francesco Dominin victory, which will give him the 2 wins that will give him the whole thing. But Gerd's having none of it, is he? He's going for him. Pfeiffer in the orange and grey. Zindrick in the orange with a little white edges. To go through the switchback and then just into the kink. And then not hairpin onto the main straight. Zindrick pretty much saying none shall pass. He's obviously not pulling away. Got more back marker issues there. Gerd lost a couple of tenths coming away from the rostrum there, but kind of got them back again by having an easier route past the back marker. And then this is second and third. Dominic is 9 seconds up the road. Now, it's a bit of a problem there with a bit of... Oh, it's changed. There it goes. Bit of oversteer. I think Zinderic got a bit unsighted by that back marker, trying to get the inside of them, and that second and third changed. So with 30 seconds to go, I think we need to find our leader. Let's find our leader. Francesco Dominin is going to about to win the C final in the car number 5, the bright orange machine. And there he is, about to start his last lap. Francesco, being the absolute class of these two finals, makes you think he shouldn't have been in this final. And he has a few corners to go, doesn't need to get to Brent up. He won it by 11 or 12 seconds. And there we go, Francesco Dominin has taken the second leg of the C final of the European Championships GTE, and he's also won the C final. Now it remains to be seen whether he comes out for the third leg, because the rules on third leg racing is a bit different for the lower finals than it is for the main final. So he's pretty, it's not a rule, the etiquette should I say. So Francesco Dominin wins it. Gerd Pfeiffer recovers from a bad first leg to get second. Nick Zendrick is third. Fredrik Miltzer is fourth. Ivan Sinko is fifth. So let's have a word with the rostrum and see what's happening on the rostrum with Matt.
Hello.
Hello, Matt. How is it up there?
It's quite nice actually. We're in the shade. It's balmy. What does balmy even mean?
Balmy's kind of. I don't think it's. I think balmy's more kind of where it's. You know, if you're kind of relaxing in a hot. And it's hot. It's a little bit humid, but not too bad. You're kind of sitting there. You don't really want to move. That's balmy. I think it's fresher than
like
balmy here.
Apply balm. If you need to apply some balm, it's balmy.
Could be, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, it's nice to talk to you.
It's always nice to talk to me. I've been bitten, by the way.
Available.
Will you? Just want you to know I've been bitten 3 or 4 times this morning. So those midges weren't just running around for the fun of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my turn to get bitten today. We're taking it in turns, aren't we? You were bitten first day, I was bitten the second day, you were bitten third day, and I've been the fourth day. It's very egalitarian, the insects round here.
I was only once bitten.
What happened after that?
I was quite shy.
Hey. Oh dear, we're all
But
weak.
anyway, I'm going to make myself available for the inevitable delays. Like, there's going to be delays, you know, when we're wondering who's called the delay and things like that.
Well, that's always exciting.
I'll go and roam around and ask some questions and practice my Italian.
Hey.
So yeah, should be fun.
Yes.
Javier's asked me how to teach him how to record content off his screen. So the referees are interested in recording snippets of action.
Oh, okay. What, for later adjudication?
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. Happy to be of service.
All right. Thank you very much for thank you for your service. And we'll come back to Matt later on. I've got the power of a Matt. It's fantastic. I can turn him on and off. We'll leave that one there. So it's Herfried Pouchet on 1. Hedy Ramos, Castro Ramos in 2. Hamburger Vanda in 3. Alessio Nevada in 4. Michael Milanovic in 5. Adrian? It is Adrian, sorry. Adrian Lecollier in 6th. Domenico Spagnolo in 7. Riccardo Genovese in 8. Mark Sinega, for some reason in capitals, don't know why, in 9 from Slovenia. And Franco Deterido from Italy in 10. Just to remind you of what happened in the first leg, it was a win for Herfried Pouchet. Ehedi Castro Castro Ramos was second. Alessio Navarro was third. Domenico Spagnolo was fourth. So if Herfried wins this one, he will become the B final winner overall. Any other result, and it will go to the third leg. They are lined up on the grid, getting ready to start this B final. So the relative lack of mucking about has been quite. I'm not quite sure whether they're kind of trying to tighten up the gaps between some of the races now to make up for the 47 minutes they lost with the timing issue. I don't know. We've got plenty of time. We're not under any real time pressure here. And they're away. Quite circumspect into the first couple of corners. And the lead has got... Is Persha put a proper body on this time? Is he so confident of victory he's put a proper body on? He's been running in monochrome the whole time. Oh dear. So it is 1 from 2. Hereford running his actual body rather than the blue 1K he's had before. Behind him is Ramos in the Red Bull livery, or the Red Bull elements to the livery. And you've got Vender in 3rd, Navarre in 4th. So this is the battle for the lead. And don't forget, if Pouchet wins this, he's won the leg. And he's just gapping Ramos ever so slightly. And bit of a battle for second. He's nudged out there. And he's been called. I think the third. We've told him to be careful. They come in, they see into the time he's scoring. Side swipes Ramos. Ramos comes back in again. And yeah, the net result of that was a major advantage for Pouchet. Second and third stay where they are, but they've lost time on our leader. About 6/10 he lost due to that coming together. Third and fourth now closer than second and third. So that is Vender and Navarria in the bright yellow. And then in the darker yellow with other colours attached to it, Le Collier from France. Blue and... Oh, no. Starcy's got something going, but also I noticed a little bit of a skip of the track there for car 4. Car 4 skipped the track. for Pouchet because he won both legs. Getting round tight. There's a bit of back markers. There's 3 back markers ahead of them. We're all told to get out of the way. Oh, but they're not listening. And they're in trouble with the referee. It's all gone all over the shop there. Sometimes, I think the problem might be there's some language barrier here. Look at that. Ramos even nibbled his rear end there. I think sometimes the referee, obviously speaking in English, not all these drivers have. Oh, okay. Not all these drivers have competed. But there we are. To share from Ramos. There we go. Down to the penultimate lap. They'll get one more. Can Ramos do anything about it? Car with a obviously intricate design because he's prepared to use it for one race. And hopefully a little bit of oversteer there. You've got to be careful. They're on the... No, they're going to get another one. They're going to get 2. So he's got one more after this. So they're now starting the last lap. Oh, he's been overtaken. Ramos has got past him on the penultimate lap. What happened there? I think Pouchet thought he finished, and he hasn't. I think Pouchet just had an electrical problem. Will just stop. I think Pouchet may have thought he'd finished when he hadn't, and ends up 3rd. Well, that's quite remarkable. Very surprising indeed. But it means it goes with 3rd heat. Pouchet didn't quite get that final lap. So confusion raised there, but it was a win in the end for Darras, which has just confused all of us. But coming up next is the main A final. Oh, they're doing a proper announcement-y thing. They're doing an intro announcement for this one. Okay, I now need to work out which camera to get the intro announcement. There we go. Raul Darras Anton, that's around the wrong way. So it's Merkel got in 10, Raul Darras Anton in 9. We're while waiting. Didn't know they were going to do it. Didn't know they were going to do this. Had no idea they were doing this. Very exciting. Pietro Lucaforda is in 8th qualifier. Filippo Beretta in 7th from Italy, and Alex D'Angelo from Italy in 6th. Also from Italy in 5 is Daniel Sheppy. Now in fourth, it's someone from not from Italy. It's from France, and it's Bernard Alain Arnaldi. I see what's happening now. He's reading them out wrong as well. Third place, it's Alessio Mazzeo. No, I'm giving it away in advance, I'm sorry. There's Alessio Mazzeo in third. Nathalie Senesi in second. And the winner of the first leg Rosario Jamal is the answer. Okay, so that's your runners and riders. Just to remind you who came where in the previous run of this. And the answer to that was, it was Rosario Jamal from Daniel Shippey, from Nathalie Sensi, from B.A. Arnaldi. So that was your answer. Arnaldi had some problems early on, and Alessio Mazzeo got fenced off the track by Arnaldi, so he's going to be very upset at this point. Okay, so if the pole man wins this one, he becomes European champion. So hopefully they've got the cup ready, because he become European electric champion. So we could see our first European champion crowned in the next 8 or 9 minutes, or it could go until after lunch, because that's when the third round of these finals actually happens. Right, Dan, yep, there's often a lot of commentators cursing going on, but we tried to actually turn the microphone off. To everyone who's watching, this is the EFRA GT and GTE finals. This is the A final for GTE, leg 2, could be the decider. So we are now getting ready for the start of that leg 2. Thank you to Senesi Motorsport. Thank you to S-Works, Lens Body, City Model and X-Ray. And of course, thank you to EFRA. That's why we're here. Any second now. Here comes the countdown. Can Rosario take his first European Championship? And don't forget, he's in a good position in the IC as well. There we go. And he's got out in the lead, which is the first important part. His car's difficult for the first couple of laps on cold tyres. Then you get a lap of warm-up. But already he's got that big lead, and the big lead over the number 2 car of Senesi. I think Senesi may have got to third there, actually. May have got that wrong. When you've watched, there's 2 orange cars. I can't work out which colour orange is which. But certainly the leader is Rosario Giamo, sorry. And who's moving to second? Is it still Senesi? No, it is now Mazzeo who's got into second, your reigning European champion. And that's where the action is, Matt, second place. Can Mazzeo retain it, or at least keep his championship running by getting past Rosario? Last time he got into an unfortunate battle with... all going on, he got an unfortunate battle with B.A. Arnaldi, who's down in 9th, and also had a difficult start, and there was fenced off and the car broke. So the gap that time, and it was about a 10th of a gain from Giamo. He's got a little bit of a pace advantage, and really it's going to need everything that Mazzeo's got to get this championship, or retain the chance of keeping this championship, because it just seems that ground speed wise, 500ths that time faster. These two streaking away from the rest of the field, but the problem is the rest of the field isn't the problem. The problem, of course, is the fact that he's losing time. Again, 300ths of a second that time round. The gap is out at 1.1. May have closed down a little bit that time. There they both go. Again, it's a 10th of a second a lap. Now, this doesn't mean everything, because, of course, there's an ebb and flow on these cars, and certainly there's an ebb and flow on the level of running the power. So it's possible that GMO may slow down, but there's been no indication of it so far. That time round it was 100th of a second faster, but 100th of a second faster for our leader. That time, first time, 900th of a second back for Mazzeo. Now, what is going to happen is back markers soon. And the first back marker has been passed for free by GMO because he's been told to get out of the way, and he has, but definitely GMO gained out of that one. No doubt at all, that back marker was friendlier to Rosario than it was to Alessio. Let's see the orange car and just that yellow and white machine, that missile near him. Gap up to, well, it's exactly on 1 second exactly, but it's, oh, no, I'm not sure whether they get to more back markers. Who's going to be winning this route through? GMO already through the first one. It's probably the green of Luca 4, I think that is, and he moves out the way. No real loss, so it did look like Alessio took a less than ideal line through there. Gap up by about 200ths of a second that time round. These two are absolutely together. That's a free pass for both of them. Halfway through the race. Oh yes, he's lost too much time getting past that. Some of them aren't as helpful as others. But Alessio, just on the edge of the frame, that's really, they really are sticking right together. The gap now at 0.8. I think it's gone out a little bit more again. Back perhaps more towards the 1 second it was a moment ago. And Mazzeo, I think may have got more there. Yeah, he lost a couple of tenths there. It looks like GMO's just putting on a little bit of a spurt now, try and break Alessio's heart and win the European Championship. Again, a little bit more. Now to 1.2. That's 1.4. So yes, in this latter period, it's looking all GMO here. Rosario getting close to his first European Championship. He's got to overtake or lap Arnaldi, which I'm sure will be easier than it was when you were battling with him. Well, he wasn't when Alessio was battling with him. Out to 1.3, back to 1.3. 10th game back there for Alessio, but it's going to take some sort of error from Rosario, which we haven't seen. We've not seen GMO make any mistakes really. He had a bad run fuel-wise in one of the IC events, but certainly it's all been plain sailing for this local Italian, and it's looking like it could be the end of this particular European Championship reign for Alessio Mazzeo. Down to 1 minute and 20, the gap's up to 1.5 seconds. Beretta's in third, Arnaldi's fourth and a lap down. Shows how fast these guys going. The fourth place man's been lapped. And D'Angelo, Senesi, Dallas, Engelhardt, Lugafor and Shepsey especially didn't kind of make the trip. More traffic coming up. It's out to 1.7. So not only did Rosario at GMO have the early race pace, the middle race pace, he's also got the end race pace, which is obviously a bit of a good combination, really. And it's going to take him to a European Championship in 30 seconds or so. Alessio's tried hard this time, but there's just more speed in this car. Corsa-Tech powered. Adrian Berton here. He'll be pleased to see another European Championship for his brand. And I think Gemmo may actually cross the line now and finish. I think that's the European Championship. I think that has one. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it by a couple of seconds. Rosario is your European champion. Fantastic stuff. Rosario Gemmo, completely untouched, realistically, the whole of this event. He gets the thanks and the plaudits from the other members of the team. People are bringing their cars back. I'm not sure they're going to bring up the big trophy for him. Just the result coming across for you now on the screen.